Hi Sharks! Welcome to Conversation Starter Day 3. The conversation of today is based on the question I received on my question of day 1, which was, what would you recommend Gates or Trump to prevent COVID and to prevent locking down businesses and communities? And thank you for all the answers. And one of you asked me, what would you do? I can share what I'm doing on a smaller scale. We are advising cities and companies up to 20,000 or 100,000 people to create communities where people are paid to share their well-being passions. So I made this plan now on a big scale, and my conversation starter today is, whom should I talk to? Who would you recommend me to talk to bring this plan from city and company level to country level? And to give an example, what we do, we can manage a community of 50,000 people. And a community of 50,000 people will have, let me check the numbers. Okay, so we get all the managers to spend 2 hours of their work weeks focused on studying the results of well-being. They know, but that's 5%. Usually we see there's one manager of 20 people or one person in a neighborhood being a bit of the neighborhood manager for 20 people. So that's 5%. 1 in 25% of a whole country is being paid 2 hours a week to have a focus on the results of well-being. Because only if money is put in well-being and only if the results are measured, what's lacking today, there's only being looked at that's and soap and not really big numbers. So we have a plan to have 5% of the managers being paid 2 hours a week by the company or incentivized by the government to focus on well-being. Step number 2, 10% of the people have healthy habits, and that was shown in COVID. Maybe you know more about prevention of well-being and viruses than the leaders who are taking decisions, and that's a problem. So 10% of the people we know, we identify in companies and cities, they have this knowledge. And again, we make plans where companies, cities incentivize, pay €100 per hour to ambassadors who share meditation. I could be living in a city, do meditation in my own house, like this beautiful space here, and bring people together to meditate, or acro yoga, or purpose, or women or men's circles, or anything related to well-being, getting in touch with the body, empowering people, even unemployed people, 2 hours a week, pay people to share their well-being passions. It doesn't just work on well-being, but it works on empowerment and building economies of health, of empowerment, and of entrepreneurship. A third role we see is next to the managers who look at the numbers and measure, hey, how does this work? What techniques work? It's community or corporate wellness managers. These are, again, 1 in 20 people next to the manager, where managers need to make hard decisions. If a customer is waiting and someone of your team has an accident, the customer needs to be helped first, and the community manager can help the person who has an accident or who couldn't show up. So team leads need to focus on results forward, while community managers take care of the people. It's 2 people in one. It's very hard to put it in one role. So again, we see this as 5% of a city, a company, being paid 2 hours a week to, in a community, walk around, offline, all that online, bring people offline together. And if you make this plan and we see it in 100 communities, 100 cities, 5 million people, that would mean 250,000 team leads 2 hours a week, 500,000 ambassadors 2 hours a week, and 250,000 community managers working on well-being first, and not just well-being, empowerment first. And that comes with a budget. And that budget is, let me check the numbers. The Scale Community budget. Well, I'll be honest, I'm used to working with cities and companies, and we go up to 1 million, but I've never gone above 1 million deals. So that's what I'm learning. So honestly, I don't even know how to say these numbers. But it looks like €2,500 million to have 2 hours a week 250,000 team leads come together for well-being. Then 10,000 million euro to have 10% ambassadors in cities, which is 500,000 people. And then 250,000 community managers, and this costs 2,500 million in euro. We have all the systems and the operations, but this is one of the 4 cornerstones of the plans we make on a smaller scale. So my question in this conversation starter is, whom should I talk to about these things? What countries are open to it? What leaders are open to it? What CEOs have access to 5 million people? Because it's my goal with this course to get from deals below 1 million to make all our deals bigger than 1 million up to more, with the effect of reaching a lot of people and helping create societies where lockdowns out of the blue with people who don't have all the knowledge about well-being not being possible. Thanks for listening. Share your thoughts, and I'll answer every day's conversations with some insights. Bye-bye.